So good morning to all of you. Morning. So today I am going to discuss a very important lesson regarding the garment construction, and these are the tools used in garment construction. Okay, without this tool, that means there are some very important tools which are required each and every stage of garment construction. So in different stages of garment construction, we need different types of tools or accessories to do the work smoothly and to do the work accurately. And all the tools are having the different purpose. Okay, so next we'll see. All this tool which we are going to use in garments construction, all those tools we have to keep in a box that is called sewing kit or sewing box. So when you keep all these things in a box, it will be easy to carry all the things to your garment construction room. And this box it contains all the necessary tools required for your this sewing the purpose or for the garment construction. And this sewing tool we can divide in 5 categories based on their purpose. That is, first one is measuring tool, second one is cutting tool, or third one is marking tool, then sewing, then the last one is finishing. That means step by step we have to use the different types of tools in your garment construction. Okay, so next, these are the 5 categories of garment construction: measuring, marking, cutting, sewing and pressing. And other than these 5, we have some miscellaneous tools which are required for special purpose in garments construction. Okay. The first one is measuring tool. I think all of you know the measuring tool, is not it? Yes or no? Yes. Can you tell me the name? Measuring tape, then ruler, then yardstick. So there are different types of measuring tool by which we can take the measure, not only taking the body measurement. We need this measuring tool to measure the fabric, to measure the paper pattern. So in each and every work we use the different types of measuring tool. So first one is the measuring tape. So this measuring tape, it is a tape which is very smooth, and it is 60, the length of the measuring tape is 60 inch, and it will be, the width will be vary from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. And here in measuring tape there will be marking of inches and centimeter by which we can take the measurement of body as well as the fabric of the for which we are going to make the garment. And this both end of the measuring tape, there will be 2 brass strap which is attached to the measuring tape to protect the measuring tape not to spoil. Okay, so this measuring tape are used for taking the body measurement as well as any tasks related to measurement. We can use the measuring tape. Okay. Next one is yardstick or meter scale. This is also one of the measuring tools, and it is available in wooden and in plastic. And also sometimes you will get the metal this yardstick also. And this yardstick is, the length of the yardstick varies from 36 inches to 45 inches, and it will be available in 1 inch or 1.5 inch, and sometimes you will get in 2 inch also. And in this measuring tape we also have the marking of inches and centimeter, and these are used for taking the the length of the long seam as well as to prepare the paper pattern of the garment when the paper pattern which we are going to use for the garment construction. Then the ruler. I think ruler all of you know. It is a small scale and it is also available in plastic and metal form, and it will be marked in the centimeter as well as inches. Okay, and this small ruler you can use to measure the small part of the garment. And you know, in our body we have the different parts, is not it? Some are very long, some are small. So to take the small measurement we can use the ruler, and these are available in two forms, that is one is 1 inches width and the length will be 6 inches, and another one is 2 inches long and the length will be 18 inches. And these are used for marking the straight line of the garment. Next one is gauze. So this is a very important measuring tool which we are required in garment construction, and you will get the gauze in different forms. Some are having the zigzag saw with slider. So in case of by using the slider you can adjust the measurement in the gauze. I think in blue one have you seen here? So it has the slider. Okay, by using the slider you can adjust the this measurement, and these are used for all type of, mainly the hem line. To measure the hem line we can use this gauze, and you can adjust this gauze according to your work. And these gauzes are of zigzag saw, so these are marked in different this distance. Some in some part it's are having 2 inches. So by seeing you can recognize that some are small, some are big. The different side it has, no. So the different side are using the measure the different distances of the garment. So these gauze are used for measuring the this hemline and checking the width of the small area of the garment, as well as when you alter any type of garment. That means you bought a ready-made paper pattern. So because ready-made paper pattern are available in a standard size, is not it? So that standard size may not fit to your body. In that case, what you have to do? You have to do the alteration according to your body measurement. In that case, you have to use this gauzes to alter, to take the measurement of the small area of the garment or pattern, paper pattern. For the alteration you can use this gauze. Okay. The next one is Lsquare. So this Lsquare is another type of measuring tool. It has 2 arms, one is small and another is long. So it's look like L, the letter L, that's why it is called Lsquare, and it is mostly used by the tailor to as well as the designer, also fashion designer or garment designer, to mark the angle in a garment. So for example, in the neckline we have, that means angle which are having the area which are having the depth and width. So in the neckline we need the width as well as the depth, is not it? So in that case we can use this Lsquare to give the marking of the neckline, and afterwards giving this marking we can give the shape to your neckline as well as the armhole part of the garment. So these are used for, and this Lsquare is also used for to check whether the grain are proper or not, whether the means lengthwise grain are right angle to the crosswise grain. So to check the straighten, while after doing the straightening, whether the grain are proper or not, you can check by using the Lsquare. Okay, these are the function of the Lsquare. You can draw. So this Lsquare are used mainly for check the angle of the garment, the wherever we are using the depth and width of this measurement. In that case, we can use the Lsquare. So next one is skirt marker. That means skirt marker is another important sewing tools and these tools are adjustable. You can adjust according to your measuring. So these are used for usually used for marking the hem of the garment. Suppose hem. Do you know the hem? Bottom line, folding line, or finishing edge of the any garment. So we need this skirt marker to mark the bottom this land or bottom part hemming of the garment, and these are available in different sizes, and they are of mainly two types. That is, one is having the notches and another is along with the notches they are having the sock marking. That means when you use this skirt marker, this one is pin hem marker. That means here this marker is having the attachment where we have a pin, and that by using that marker you can give the impression of pin in the bottom line of the fabric. Okay, so when you get the pin marking on the bottom line, then you can easily recognize the hem line of this garment and you can finish the garment. And the other one is sock hem marker. That means along with the hem marker, it is having a chalk. So that chalk will mark on the hem line. You will get the marking of the chalk on the hem line, and your work will be easy to do because you will getting the marking of hem line. So you can easily turn the hem line and you can finish your garment. So it is useful as a measuring guide for marking the width of the hem, pleats, seam allowance, etc. Next will be the marking tool. Can you tell me the name of any marking tool? Tracing hole, then tracing paper, then tailor carbon paper, then tailor chalk. These are the marking tools. So this marking tool are very important because if your marking is not correct, not proper, you will not get the correct this fitting on your garment. So the marking in the correct position is very important. So for that you have to, for marking the garment or marking the pattern, you have to use the marking tool. Is not it? So there are different types of marking tool. The first one is tracing wheel. So tracing wheel, it is a small tools and it's having a wheel in the front part, and that wheel is made up of metal and which are having the serrated edge. That means the edge is not smooth, it is zigzag form. So and at the end of this wheel, one handle is there, and that is attached with a wooden handle, or sometimes you may get the plastic handle also. So when you are marking, in case of while using, you have to give the pressure to the, and you have to scroll it. Is not it? Then only you will get the marking. And this tracing wheel are used along with the dressmaker carbon paper. Okay, otherwise you won't get the marking on your material. Along with that, you have to use the dressmaker carbon paper to get the marking on the fabric. Okay, so in sometimes it is mostly one wheel tracing. This tracing wheel is available. Sometimes you will may get the tracing wheel are having two wheels. Okay, so at the same time it will mark the two lines in the paper pattern or garment. The next one is tracing paper. So we need the tracing paper also for marking the garment as well as for making the pattern or some design if you want to give in your garment. In that case also we can use the tracing paper. So these are the marking tools. Next one is what is this? Tailor saw. So this tailor saw you will get in different sizes, different shape, is not it? And it is made of wax of stone saw, and you will get in different shape and sizes, and it is used for marking the pattern. While you mark in the after making your paper pattern, that paper pattern when you use in your garment, is not it? After making the paper pattern, you will trace or you will transfer your paper pattern to the fabric, is not it? So that time you have to use the tailor saw, and these are mostly used by the tailor. I don't know whether you have noticed when you go for stitching any garment, you know, after taking the measurement, what they do, they transfer that measurement to the fabric to stitch your garment. In that case, they use the tailor saw to transfer your measurement to the fabric. So tailor saw are also the marking tools. Now next one is, that means first you have taken the measurement to stitch any garment. When you go for the tailor to stitch, to get the stitch of your garment, what they do? They do the first, they do take the first measurement, is not it? So after taking the measurement, they do the pattern, then they transfer that pattern. So next one is marking tool. After marking, what they do? They cut the fabric according to the pattern or according to the design. The next are the cutting tools. These are very important tools which are required for the garment construction. Okay, and there are different types of cutting tools are available. The first one is shear, and these shears are you will get in different sizes and different styles, and it has two sharp blades. And at the end of the blade there will be two handles. One is having the big hole and another one is having the small hole. So you have seen in this picture there are different types of shear, and these are used for cutting the fabric. After marking the pattern you have to use to cut, and these shears are used for all types of cutting the fabric. Okay, the next one is what is this? Scissors. What is the difference between shears and scissors? Can you tell me? What is the difference between shears and scissors? No. What? Shears we are used mainly for cutting the fabric, and scissors we are using for what? For trimming, is not it? And the length of the shears is more than the scissors. Scissors is small, and these scissors are also available in different size and shape, and it has also two blades, and the end of this blade are having two handle. It may be plastic or it may be the use of same metal. You can get the same handle with the same metal also, and these are used for trimming purpose also. And this the length of the scissor, it will be vary from 5 to 6 inches, and this blade, the blade of the scissor, sometimes it may be very dispointed, the edge of the blade. Sometimes you will get in pointed edge or also the blunt edge, and both the two blades are attached by a screw at the center, and so you can move the scissor very easily. And these are used for the cutting, trimming, clipping. And clipping, do you know what is clipping? What is clipping? Because these scissors are not only used for cutting and trimming, but it is used for clipping also. What do you mean by clipping? What is clipping? To give, after making the seam, to give a slit wherever it's required. That slit, just a cut, that is called clipping. Okay? Because when you do seam, you have done the seam bias binding, bias finishes. So in case of bias facing, to make it flat, you have to clip the what? Seam, isn't it? And in the basic stitch also, I have told you that round edge or corner edge stitches. In that case, if you make a round seam, and that in that case you have to give a what? You have to clip the seam, or you have to give the slit. So these are used for the, not only used for this trimming or cutting, but it is used for clipping also. Then pinking shears. So these shears are used mainly for, after making the seam, we need to finish the seam. In that case, we use the pinking shears, and it is this shear is having the two blades with zigzag edge. It has zigzag edge, and when you cut the fabric, you will get the same zigzag design in your material. So, and these scissors are 9 to 10 inches long, and it has also have two handle. And when you cut the fabric with this pinking scissor, that this edge of cutting, zigzag edge, will help the fabric not to fray too much. So it protects the fraying of the fabric. Okay. Then buttonhole scissors. So all of you know, that means in garment, if you stitch a garment, then you have to close the garment also. It's not it? To close the garment, we use the fastener, and the button and buttonhole is one type of fasteners. Is not it? I think all of you are familiar with button and buttonhole. Okay. So to make the buttonhole, we have a special type of scissor, that is buttonhole scissor, and it has the facility to adjust. A slider is there, so with that help of the slider, you can adjust the width of the cutting area. That means according to the size of the button, you can make the buttonhole, and to make the buttonhole, you have to use the buttonhole scissor to cut the area of the buttonhole. The next one is electrical scissor. So in normal case, in a home sewing, we don't want any electrical scissor, because we are hardly sewing 1 or 2 pieces of garment. But in case of the garment industry, if you go for the garment industry, or if you go for any enterprise, then there, if you use a single scissor, then it will be very time consuming, is not it? So to save the time, in case of garment industry, they use the electrical scissor, where they at a time they can cut from 50 to 1000 layer of fabric. Okay, so this electric scissor is mainly used in a garment industry for cutting the 100 layers of fabric, and these are usually used for cutting the silk and very fine fabric, as well as nylon, silk, and other chiffon or terracotta, like that type of fabric. To cut that type of fabric, they use the electrical scissor. So those are the what equipment? Cutting tools. Now we'll come to the next step. After cutting, next step is what? Sewing. So now the sewing tools. The first and foremost thing you are required for sewing is, that is, needle. Without needle, we cannot join the pieces of fabric. Is not it? If there is be no needle, then you cannot wait, means you cannot prepare a garment without the needle. It may be hand needle or it may be machine needle, but you need the needle. It is the most essential tools of garment making. So this needle are, you will get in different types of needle, and the needles are having the different size also, and the selection of needle is very important. Based on the fabric, you have to select your needle. If the fabric is very fine, you have to go for the finer needle. If fabric is medium weight, you have to go for the medium size needle. If the fabric is heavy, then you have to go for the thick or the larger size of the needle. So the use of needle is very important. If you don't use the proper needle for the right type of fabric, then you won't get any good quality stitching. To get the good quality stitching, the needle use of needle size is very important. So these needles are used for stitching all type of fabric, depending on the type of fabric and depending on the size of the needle. You can use this needle for all the sewing purposes. Next will be the machine needle. The first I have told you that the hand needle. In case of machine needle also, the type and size of needle is very, and in case of machine needle, you will get the different makes, the different company are producing the different needle. But the most important thing you have to see the size and the brand of the needle. If it's not this not branded needle or good quality needle, while you do the sewing, no, it will break down easily. So it will hamper your work. So it is very important to select the good quality needle so that your work will be not disturbed by using the poor quality needle. And here also, in case of machine needle also, you have to see the types of fabric, and according to the type of fabric, that means type of fabric means lightweight, medium weight, heavy weight, and then again that means silk, whether it is silk, whether it is knitted fabric, whether it is woven fabric, whether it is non-woven fabric. Based on that, you have to select the different types of needle. Okay, if you want to stitch a trouser made up of the trouser which are having the jeans material, in that case, what type of needle you have to use? You have to use finer or medium or heavy? You have to use the heavy needle, is not it? To withstand that, because the material is very thick. Isn't it? If you use the finer needle, the needle will break down. So you have to use a thicker needle, which can be help in your progress of your work, or you can easily stitch the garment. So based on that type of fabric, you have to use the different types of needle, and you will get this needle size in different type of needle, in different type of needle and different sizes of needle, and the whole, that is eye of the needle, will be vary depending on the brand as well as the size and type. Okay, and this needle are used for all types of work, that is embroidery, sewing, then applique work, then mending also. You can use the needle for all type of sewing. Next one is sewing thread. It is important or not? You require the thread or not? You require. This is also essential accessories or tools for sewing, because without having the thread, the machine you can run, but you won't get you won't attach the two fabric, or you cannot join the two layer of fabric without the thread, because the thread will interlace. With the help of needle, the thread will interlace and you will get the stitch is not it? So how will get, because in machine the thread will form the loop and it will get stitched by forming the loop in the fabric. Okay, so the thread is also important tools for the garment construction, and here also you will get the different types of thread, and depending on the type of fabric, type of work you are going to do, you have to select the different types of thread. Say for silk fabric you have to use the finer quality of yarn. For cotton you have to use little bit heavier than that. So we have the different types of yarn also, and different types of thread you can use for different types of fabric and different type of work also. So that's for example, for silk material you have to use, if it is possible, you have to use the finer fabric, finer this yarn, and the yarn are available in different distinct fiber, that is cotton, silk, then nylon yarn, then you will get the blended yarn, blended thread also, cotton, polyester. So depending on the type of fabric you have to use the different types of yarn. Suppose if you are using the cotton yarn to the synthetic fabric, then after washing the cotton has tendency to shrink, is not it? So what happen after washing, your seam may shrink. There will be possibility to shrink the seam. So according to the type of this thing fabric, you have to use the type of yarn. Okay, and this thread are available in different color, different size, and you can use this thread according to your and according to the type of fabric. Next one is Timbl. Have you seen the Timbl? What is it? What is it? It is a small round ring, is not it? It's made of metal, and sometimes you will get in plastic also. And what is the use of this Timbl? What is the use of this Timbl? Why you are using the Timbl while you work? To protect the finger as well as to increase the speed of stitching. Okay. So this Timbl are made up of metal or plastic, and it is wear in the middle finger of the working hand. The working hand, that means in which hands you are holding your needle, and that hand you have to wear this Timbl in the middle finger. And it is very important that Timbl should be snugly fitted. That means it should not be loose, it should not be too tight. Okay, if it is too tight, you will feel uncomfortable to do the work, and if it is loose, it will come out when you work it. So the size of the Timbl is very important. It should snugly fitted to your finger. And these Timbl are two types. One is close on the top, and one is open in the top. So there are two types of Timbl. It is available, and it will be mainly it is made up of metal, and sometimes you will get the plastic also. And it is not only protect the finger while doing the work, it also speed up your work. Then stiletto, and this is another type of this sewing equipment, and this is a sharp pointed equipment, and which will make the hole in the material. That means have you seen the eyelet in your some garment? They are having eyelet, no? So to attach the eyelet in the garment, they use one machine, that is stiletto, that punches the hole in the material, and that hole you can put the eyelet, and you can make the eyelet in the this garment. And have you seen the belt? No, some belt are having the hole along with the eyelets, and some are having without eyelet. So these machines are used, or sorry, tools are used for making the punch the hole in the material. And also sometimes it is used for the embroidery work also. Then next one is Botkin. Botkin is nothing but a type of needle which are used for the garment construction. That means in garment construction, according to the design of the garment, we need different types of tool. Okay, so to do the different purpose or different design details in the garment, we can use the different types of tool. So Botkin is one type of needle, flat needle, which are having the bigger eyes, and it is used mainly for the to thread the elastic and heavy cord also. Sometimes some garment, in garment you are having the elastic in your waistline or the sleeve of the hem, and so it will be very difficult to pass this thread, elastic through this hole. No, in that case you can use the Botkin to thread the elastic to your garment. So these Botkins are different. You will get in different sizes and different varieties. So depending on your work, you can use the suitable type of Botkin for your for threading the threading the elastic to your garment. And also you can use this for threading the ribbon, cord, string through to casting your garment. Then next one is seam ripper. Okay. And seam ripper, I think all of you are familiar with seam ripper. So, what is the use of seam ripper? What is the use? To remove the unwanted stitch from the garment. Sometimes if your garment is after stitching, you are feeling that my garment is too tight, so you have to open the seam. No, so to open the seam you should not use the blade or scissor, because there will be possibility of cut your fabric or the garment. So in that case you have to use the seam ripper, and the seam ripper is a metal this thing. It's having the two ends, one is more sharper and another one is blunt, and it is attached to a plastic handle, and the sharper edge is used to remove the seam, unwanted seam or unwanted stitch from the garment. Then next one is needle threader. Okay, so needle threader is very essential, because if you are having some eyes problem, then it will take so much time to thread the needle, is not it? So to make the needle to thread the needle easily, we can use the needle threader. And this needle threader is a metal thing, and at the top of that you have a diagonal wire through which you can easily thread your needle into the machine. Okay. Then pinning tools. These are also very essential for the garment construction, because in garment construction we are attaching or we are joining two layers of fabric. So not to slip the layer of fabric, we have to, before making the final stitching, we have to, what we have to do? We have to pin it. Is not it? So by pinning we can keep the layer of fabric in position. So the pin is very important, and in case of pin also there are different sizes and different types of pin. So according to the type of fabric, you have to, here also you have to use the different types of pin. So there are silk pin and the ballpoint pins. The silk pin are used for the very fine fabric, that is silk fabric, and ballpoint fabric also you can use for knitted delicate fabric as well as sheer fabric. The types of pins there are different, other than these two, there are other types of, that is called dressmaker pin, and this dressmaker pin also having the, this at the top of this, it has a beads. So you can use the different types of pin for what? For busting or to joining two pieces of fabric, is not it? And this, the next one is the pin cushion. So to keep the pin in position and to make the work more comfortable, you can use the pin cushion to keep the this pin while you are working. Now the pin will goes in means sometimes you lost some pin and it will have means it will be scattered in the table. So if it is scattered in the table, it will be very difficult to work. So to avoid that situation, you can use the pin cushion to keep all the pins in your in position. Now the pressing tools. It is the fine. That means pressing is the finishing. What? Finishing stages of garment construction, is not it? After completing the stitching, now your garment is ready to wear, and before wearing you have to have a good look, and to give a good shape to your garment, you have to press it or iron it. So for pressing, there are different tools are there. So first we have to use the iron. That means this iron are available in the different distinct varieties. Okay, that means steam iron, automatic, non-automatic. So there are different varieties of iron, and these irons we are using for not only pressing the garment, but we are using this garment to open the seam also. When you stitch the garment, no, after stitching the garment, if you have to turn your garment to the wrong side, and you have to press all the seam to get the good shape in the garment, and also to look it more beautiful. So there are different types of iron are there. The automatic, then steam iron. In steam iron, along with the temperature, you will get the steam also. Okay, I think all of you know all this iron, so I am not going details. So next is base sleeve board. So to iron any garment or any fabric, we need a board. So sleeve board is a special board which are used for press or iron the sleeve of the garment, so that because a sleeve is a part of the garment which is having a shape, a typical shape. By doing the normal ironing board, no, you cannot get the actual shape in your sleeve. So to get the actual shape in the sleeve, we can use a special board, that is sleeve board, for ironing the sleeve of the garment. Then ironing board, all of you know, and this ironing board should be it should be properly padded, and the material which are used in the iron, that should be cotton material, because in ironing board you are ironing different types of material, is not it? So if sometimes by mistake, if the iron will fall on your ironing board, if it is a synthetic material, the top will be immediately melt, isn't it? So the top material of the ironing board is very important, and the height and size of the ironing board is important. According to your convenience, you have to select the size of your ironing board. Then the press cloth. And this press cloth is also important while you do the ironing. Actually, we won't use the press cloth in our home, is not it? And that's why more chances of damaging of the material, because sometimes the garment which you are going to press it, by mistake you are keeping this regulator of iron, if it should be cotton instead of, if it is synthetic fabric, so you have to put the regulator in synthetic. By mistake, if you won't put the synthetic and if you do the ironing, then what will do? Your whole material will be spoiled, is not it? So not to spoil the material or garment, if you keep top of that one material, that is press cloth, then your garment or material will be safe. Okay. So these are not essential but required for a garment construction. Those are the miscellaneous awl. Awl means a sharpened tools which are used for making the hole in some area of the garment depending on the design details of the garment. Then dress form also, not only in the garment construction, in some tailoring unit they have some dress form where you can drape your material and you can make the design also. Then the paper, all of you know, to make the paper pattern or drafting you need the paper. So these are the miscellaneous tools which we are required for the garment construction. So that is all about the sewing tools which are required for the garment construction.